What's up, family? Y'all know who it is. It's y'all one and only Black Wall Street Live back in the lab. Here to break bread with y'all. Y'all know how I do it. Well, family, today was a good day. The government was able to reach a deal as far as the government shutdown. They opened it back up somewhat. Obama tax credit was extended for the Democrats. So that sent the market to the uptrend, in which the Dow rose 0.8%. The S&P 500 rose 1.5%, and the Nasdaq Composite ran up 2.3%. And as a result, Palantir ran up and lined my pocket quite decently. And for those who's in my Patreon who took heed to them back points and sales strategies, your 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 pocket should be looking nice as well. On that note, let's get into why Palantir is definitely one of my top favorites. Palantir quarterly reports came in on November the 3rd. After the quarterly reports came in, after market, the stock started its decline for reasons I'm going to mention here shortly. From November the 3rd to November the 6th, the stock dropped 16%. Definitely a discount. And I definitely bought some contracts on it. And I bought some contracts earlier today because it was within my buy range that I set in my Patreon once again. Of course, I'm promoting it. Hey, y'all better go tap in because, hey, those slots, free slots is filling up fast. So tap in and get some of this free information, in which it costs you nothing. So your call. But anyway, let's get to it. Palantir third quarter revenue came in at $1.108 billion, representing a 63% year over year increase, surpassing Wall Street consensus estimate of $1.90 billion. The primary catalyst for the increase in revenue was the U.S. commercial revenue side of the business, in which it surged 121% year over year to $397 million, confirming the demand for the AI platform. The earnings per share hit 21 cents, surpassing the estimate of 17%, or 17 cents, that is. The operating margins climbed to a record high of 51%. That's exceptional. Palantir is a rare breed, the leader in its enterprise software sector. As a result of Palantir's exceptional growth, management raised its annual guidance, 2025 guidance, to 4.390 billion, in between 4.400 billion, implying a 53% year over year growth rate. Steady climbing, steady building, steady progressing. The total revenue for the last 3 quarters of 2025. First quarter came in at 884 million. The second quarter came in at 1 billion. The third quarter came in, of course, at 1.180 billion. The U.S. commercial revenue side of Palantir for the first quarter came in at 255 million. The second quarter, 306 million, and the third quarter, 397 million. The U.S. government revenue side of the business came in at 373 million. Second quarter, 426 million. Third quarter, 633 million. The operating income, adjusted operating income, was 391 million for the first quarter, 464 million for the second quarter, and 601 million for the third quarter. The adjusted earnings per share, 13 cents for the first quarter, 16 cents for the second quarter, and 21 cents for the third quarter. Each quarter has been accelerating, which is indicative of a solid company. Normally, you make adjustments for a decline during one of those quarters for the year. But every quarter has been accelerating, and annually it's been accelerating. This company has no debt, which I'm gonna get into that. That speaks volumes. Each quarter this year, free cash flow increased, except for the third quarter, due to aggressive reinvestments back into the company. Palantir Holdings is $6.4 billion, and that's in cash, cash equivalents, and the short-term investments at the end of quarter three. Palantir customer acquisition is truly beautiful, fam. They secured 204 contracts or deals worth at least $1 million, 91 deals over $5 million, 53 deals over $10 million, and that's in quarter three alone. Phenomenal. Palantir's strategic moat is that it doesn't, for the most part, compete with other major AI companies. It serves, in simple terms, to unify the unique functions of the different AI companies. It complement rather than substitute the offerings of other prominent data infrastructures, platforms like Snowflake and Databricks. But Databricks is trying to level up and compete with Palantir for higher governmental contracts, which would be difficult considering Palantir's aggressive growth, AI integration, and development, and the fact that it has established itself as a formidable opponent. In conclusion, Palantir stock price drop post strong earnings and revenue report is due to sky high valuations, people looking at that PE ratio, which a forward PE ratio just takes into account the actual progress of the companies in regards to its revenue and its earnings and the potentials and the guidance of the company. If you look at history, the PE ratio or high PE ratios has never determined whether the actual company was overvalued. They took that into consideration, but it was never just solely used to determine if it's a company that's overvalued. Do your research. Unrealistic investor expectation was a part of the reason why I dropped as well. They was also taking profit in the short term and concerns about future earnings growth. The fear, because it's been growing too fast. So you know how it go. When you start things start happening good for you and things start improving too fast, you get to thinking something gonna happen. It's natural, and it also could be that companies see that the rise has definitely accelerated and they want to see the price decrease so that they can get in at a better price. Company market manipulations happens, but as long as you know how it happens and why it happens, it's no issue. You just make the adjustments, and hey, when it happens, you be there ready to benefit off of it because that allows the stock to reset and allows you to get it at a discount. Even though it's unjust, the company is able to do that and get away with it. It should be illegal, but hey, it is what it is. All superficial reasons for dropping, considering the numbers don't lie, the fundamentals. So I would be buying more of the company once it breached those resistance lines in which I set in my Patreon. I definitely will be buying more contracts and more shares. So what y'all need to do is tap in so that y'all can receive this information in a timely fashion without getting it too late by way of YouTube. On that note, I'm out, family.